Hey YouTube, sorry if I stumble a bit. This is my first time doing deck list on YouTube. So this is a ABC deck profile for Knighmare ABC for the 2018 May ban list. So I originally yesterday I wasn't running the Destrudo engine to begin with, so this deck was already made before the Destrudo engine even got hit. So it works. About consistency is about 50% of the time. You'll end up with a board something like ABC Buster, or just you can go in. This deck has the potential to extra link. So here we go. All right, first off, triple Assault Core, triple Buster Drake, and triple Crush Wyvern. All this is, everybody knows. It's really standard in that for ABCs. Next up, double gold and double silver. These are just really good cards in the deck. They help with combos. Sadly, if you get a not so good hand, you can, if these are in, and you can make Underclock Taker and then just go into ABC Buster. So these are also cards that can help extra link too. This deck can extra link very easily with the right hand. You just gotta know what to do. Next up, one Trick Clown. Trick Clown's just that nice little discard fodder for all my Nightmares. Going Goblin first turn, just discard this, summon, just amazing. I also run one Foolish Burial. You can just Foolish Burial this, summon it to board first turn. It's really good. Alright, next up, double Goblin Burr. Goblin Burr it's just like gold and silver. A lot of people are probably going to comment saying, oh, why aren't you just running a third silver and gold? It's because silver and gold can't be searched by Rhoda. This can. That, and I think if I run too many of them, they can clog up the deck. And I know these can clog up the deck too. But like I said, the deck can extra link, and these help extra link so easily. Next up, double Photon Thrasher. Photon Thrasher, just like Goblin Bird, helps out with those extra pieces. Going first, it's really good. And also, just like Gold Gadget, Silver Gadget, and Goblin Bird, and Trick Clown sometimes, that you can just get boards with Underclock Taker and Buster Dragon, but it also helps with the extra linking. Alright, next up, this is probably my favorite tech in the deck. Double Fabled Gantia. What he does is when he's discarded, and it does a when, not if, you can special summon it to the field. And it'll gain 200 when it does, so it'll be 18, but you're not really using it for that. Sadly, it'll be banished 2 when it leaves the field. So that sucks, but the main reason you use this is for the potential extra link. It's really good discard fodder. That's the one reason why I wanted to run ABC Nightmares. I love Goki, but picking up everything for Goki for the extra deck wise is pretty expensive. Like you'd have to pick up the Saryuja, Link Kribo. This deck doesn't really need all that. I picked up everything I needed at regionals. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even running Ibly because this deck doesn't need Ibly. Ibly's understandable to run. It's just this doesn't need you to run. So yeah. That's it with the monsters. Next up, spells. Triple Union Hanger, standard for ABCs. It's just so, like, this card's so good. Sometimes you'll shuffle it back with Unicorn. Not a lot though. It's very rare. Next up, Double Call by the Grave. This deck has a lot of searching power. You need this card just to protect yourself from hand traps. Sadly, it does not protect you from infinite impertinence, so you just gotta watch out for that. Next up, triple Terraforming. Because the Destrudo engine's gone, and I'm not running set rotation, The consistency with getting Unit Hanger or Terraforming is about at 30%. So that's one problem you have to work with the deck. Just make sure you just shuffle real well. You should be able to get enough combo pieces for just a really good board. Next up, Foolish Burial. Just Foolish Burial is Trick Clown, just to get the extra summon. Or if you need to, discard it for Knighmare. But one reason why I use it, sometimes you'll just get a board with, sometimes you'll just have a Assault Core in hand, and you're able, and let's just say you're able to get out Goblin and get the extra normal summon. A Assault Core will just add that extra monster, or B effect will add B to hand, or C, and just you'll be able to normal summon it and just get that extra little normal summon it, and if you summon B, then you'll get that add. So this is still good in the deck. Next up, Double Pot. That's one reason why I'm running so many cards at 2, except for Trick Clown, obviously. And a lot of people don't like running all 3 pieces of the ABC pieces because they think it's cloggy. I like running all 3 because I used to play DDD. In DDD, you ran 2 pot because if you didn't, it could screw up your hand. It could clog up, not clog up, but slow you down, because this is just, it helps deck so much. And if you banish one set of pieces, that's fine. You still have the other 2 sets. But yeah, Double Pot, you could possibly go up to 3. I wouldn't go down to 1. It's 2 or more, not 2 or less. Next up, 1 Rhoda. Rhoda just helps speed up the deck. It's just really good. It helps search out that Photon Thrasher and Goblin Bird. So if you need those extra pieces to go into links or anything, just Rhoda first turn. It's also a really good, if you don't have the Call by the Grave, just activate this. Oh, look, your opponent activates Ash. Well, that's fine. I love having bait out cards. I love having a lot of search cards or a lot of cards that's in the grave for them to so I can bait out my opponent. It's tricky, but you'll have to make it work. Next up, that rounds up for the spells that add and such. Next up, these are the spells that special summon everything. Monster Reborn, standard for anything that special summons from grave. Just helps extra link and everything. You need this card in the deck. Next up, World Legacy Succession. This is just Monster Reborn, but it needs a little extra. But you can only activate it once per turn, so... I see if Monster Reborn gets hit, I'd bump this up to 2. But since we have a long while till the next ban list, this is good at 1. Next up, Soul Charge. Soul Charge, this card it will help with extra linking. Just, if you need to get the extra link going, as long as you have a Underclock Taker in grave and Unicorn or another Underclock Taker on the field, this helps extra link so fast. And lastly, for special summoning by grave, Iron Call. You are running a machine deck, so Iron Call is just another Monster Reborn, but it's not a little less restrictive like World Legacy Succession. Succession, just you need a link monster, you need an extra, or you need a machine type monster. So yeah, that's it for the graveyard special summons. Next up, 2 one-time passcode. Not a lot of people are running this. I like it. I tried it because you get to summon a token, and the Knighmares don't really state that they have to be regular monsters. So tokens, since I figured, okay, well, summon a token, use them for to summon, I don't know, Cerberus, Phoenix, or Goblin. So, or if you need that, if you just need to get out that Link Spider, just helps out get Link Spider. And this is a 40 card deck. That was 38. So next up for the Great Bait, Waking the Dragon. This is just so broken. I think it's one of the best bait cards. Honestly, it's just so well-rounded. I love trying to bait out my opponent, and you can just play mind games all day with your opponent. You can make them think that you have the Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike. No, it's just Waking the Dragon, but you popped it. So now I get out a free extra deck monster. That's it for the main deck. Now for the extra. I am not showing a side deck because I haven't gone to my locals lately to go try out at a tournament. So yeah, I'm just showing the main and extra deck, and I will be showing combos in another video. So next up, Knighmare Griffin. Knighmare Griffin, really standard in the deck. It just allows for, if you want to try to get that Wakened Dragon you discarded with one of your other Nightmares, it just makes it where you can set that Wakened Dragon. Yeah, they know, but guess what? They're also going to try to get rid of it somehow or another. Or they'll eventually forget about it and pop it by accident. But yeah, and then it also prevents your opponent from activating monster effects unless that monster is linked. Next up is the Knighmare Unicorn. I love Unicorn. Unicorn just makes it where sometimes you can shuffle in your Union Hanger just to get an extra little shuffle for your deck and get that draw. And also just, there are a lot of boards where this is in your extra monster zone and you have like 4 other Nightmares on your board, and just next turn you'll draw 4 cards. It's really good. I honestly think this card's gonna go up, so I would pick it up when it's at like 20 right now. Next up, Knighmare Goblin. Knighmare Goblin is the bread and the butter of the deck. It's just so good. Like, there are times where if you say you summon Unicorn before you summon the Goblin, and you'll just draw onto, and if you draw onto like Desires or another Silver Gadget or like Goblin Bird, and you just use your normal summon, extra normal summon, and some of those pieces, and that helps you get extra link sometimes. It's just, sometimes you gotta be lucky with them draws. Heart of the cards. Next up, Cerberus. Cerberus is one of the key Nightmares I use in the deck. It's just, I like having it to where my opponent can't destroy my monsters. I just like having that protection. Same thing with Phoenix Nightmare. Even if you have Phoenix Nightmare and Cerberus protecting each other for a turn, then they're just protecting each other for a turn, and hopefully you draw into something next turn to where you can get out of that situation. Next up, for the Nightmare, last of the Nightmares, Knighmare Mermaid. I have yet to make a board with her on it. I may take it out for another Underclock Taker. I'm going to try to figure out a board where she is viable. That's it for the Nightmares. Next up, for the rest of the Link monsters, I have one Tri-Gate Wizard. Tri-Gate Wizard just makes it where extra Link is possible, and you can still make the ABC Buster Dragon. This is one of the key combo pieces in the deck right here. Just, you need at least one in the deck. Next up, 2 Underclock. Underclock Takers, just, it helps so good with extra linking, and it helps get out into that Unicorn or Unicorn or Griffin. Lastly, I did say I was running 1 Link Spider because of the one-time passcode. Sometimes you just want to summon Link Spider and then just go into the Cerberus so that way you can go to Nightmare. And that's it for the Link monsters. And that's all for the Link monsters, honestly. I might tweak the rest of my extra to run maybe another Underclock, but it's for future reference. Next up, because I am running Waking the Dragon, 1 Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon. Ultimate Falcon is just amazing. It's a 35 beat stick, and your opponent can't do anything to it except for try to attack over it. Next up, because I do have a lot of level 4 monsters, Baguska. Baguska can just help out with that stall. Sometimes you're screwed and you just don't have anything, and Baguska will just get you out of your troubles. It'll put your opponents in a little troubled spot, but I really haven't had to make it, so if that tells you anything. The deck's consistent, but like I said, it's like 50% of the time you will get those really good hands. And because this is ABC Buster Dragon, a lot of people think because Buster Dragon is a boss monster, you need it to win. Because of the Nightmares, you don't. You do not need Buster Dragon to win. I've made extra Link with cards in hand still, and just, it's amazing. Anyway, that's it for the extra deck. That's it for the deck, guys. if y'all want, I just comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. If you want me to make another deck video, deck list, I do have another deck called Artifact Monarchs that I went to regionals with. Sadly, I did not do good with it. My opponents just had the nuts, and I just didn't have as broken as it was. Anyway, here in a couple minutes, I'm about to post my next video for a combo list. So, thank you for watching.